Hey guys, I'm just Sparkle27 here, bringing Fairy Tale Chapter 302, Eclipse Plan. Yeah, I know, this review is a bit late since the chapter came out a couple of days ago, but I've been pretty busy lately, so sorry. But let's get started right now. So, chapter begins with Arcadios and Yukino. They appear in the dragon graveyard to see Natsu and the others. According to Arcadios, he has a plan that will stop both Acnologia and Zeref, and it had something to do with Celestial Spirit Mage. Natsu seems to be a bit upset about this, and he asked them, what does this have to do with Celestial Spirit Mages? So Arcadios and Yukino asked Natsu and the others to join them so they could tell them about the Eclipse plan. On the way, he apologized to the members of Fairy Tale about the kidnapping attempt way back then. He said that the situation was so desperate that he had no choice but to try to kidnap Lucy, but things did go out of hand. And according to him, the Grand Magic Games, the true purpose of it was to gather the magic of the strongest mages in Fiore and collect their power to use it for his plan. So that's basically the whole purpose of this Grand Magic Games. I thought there was more to a reason than this, but just to gather the powers just for his plan? I mean, couldn't he try to like ask some mages to give him their powers? I mean, he managed to convince Yukino. I mean, I'm pretty sure he could have convinced other mages, but no, he's got to make some convoluted plan to create a tournament. That's actually the true purpose of the tournament, apparently. Yeah. So, on the way, they come across the palace where the king lives, and Yukino and Arcadios, they both show them the Eclipse Gate, and which is why Arcadios gathered all that energy, so they could get it to open. According to Arcadios, when the moon and sun intersect, basically creating an eclipse, 12 keys, the 12 zodiac keys, will be used to open this gate, which is why Arcadios needed a Celestial Spirit Mage. And apparently, in his plan is to use that gate to travel 400 years back in time to kill Zeref before he became an immortal. That's his plan, yeah. Time travel. Sure, why not? We have like a plot where we had a story arc with an alternate universe, time travel. So basically this gate is like, I don't know why, this reminded me of Stargate for some reason, this gate. So yeah, that's basically the plan. Using that gate to go back in time to kill Zeref, to prevent him from turning Acnologia into this powerful dragon to destroy everything. The problem is, I mean, you go into the past, you go into the past and you change it, and you also change the present. Sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. And everybody knows that if you change the past, it'll create a time paradox, and Reapers will appear to try to heal that paradox by consuming everything in the past and... Oh, wait, sorry. No, that was Doctor Who. If anybody actually knows what I was talking about, I'd give you a high five. Seriously, this reminds me of, like, freaking Doctor Who, the Terminator, Stargate, and freaking Back to the Future. Where the hell is the doctor when you need it? And by the way, yes, I watched Doctor Who. Yes, I've seen The Angels Take Manhattan. It was a great episode. The ending was really sad. I almost cried. Damn you, Moffat. But yeah, I liked the episode. Going a bit off topic there. Yeah, so, Yukino, she mentions, she says to Lucy, using the unique dimensional plane of the celestial world, you can use the celestial mage's power to open this gate, because, you know, celestial world can connect it with the gates in order to go back in time, I guess. So that's why they're requesting both. I guess that's why requesting to use Lucy's power to open that gate. However, they've been ambushed by the Imperial Army, which is led by the Ministry of Defense. I don't know his name. I think his name was mentioned before, but I just don't really know. Apparently, he was totally against this plan because he doesn't want to change, because it was too risky to change history. Which I honestly don't blame him. I mean, you go back in time, you change the past, you alter the future and the present. Sometimes it's for the better, but it could be also for the worse. Wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey stuff. Yeah. So Arcadios and Yukino get arrested, but the Ministry of Defense orders the Imperial Army to also arrest Lucy. I don't know why, but I guess it's probably because he wants to prevent Arcadios from using Lucy. But I just don't understand, like, why arrest Lucy. I mean, she had nothing to do with this. Hell, for all we know, we don't even know if they're going to agree to this plan. And, you know, while they're getting arrested, Natsu tried to use his Fire Dragon Star magic to rescue Lucy, but since he was so close to the Eclipse Gates, his magic power, all of his magic power gets taken away and absorbed into the gates. That's what happens when you're, like, so close to the gate. If you're, like, not so close, then small portions of it gets taken away. So Lucy, Yukino, and Arcadios are arrested. The rest of the Fairy Tail Guild members, they get kicked out from the palace. And the chapter ends with the Minister of Defense saying that if Fairy Tail wins the Grand Magic Tournament, then they will get to meet the king in person and try to get on his good side to convince him to free Lucy, Yukino, and Arcadios. And that's basically where the chapter ends. So I gotta admit, this was an okay chapter. I wasn't expecting the whole time travel thing. I mean, time travel, what do you freaking expect? But I'm just gonna wait to see how this goes. I mean, if the time travel plot, a story arc, is good, then I'll be okay with it. I mean, we had a story plot where, with the Edalus arc, an alternate universe of Earthland. Now, the next week's chapter is called A Battle on Two Fronts. Maybe this will be Fairy Tail trying to, I don't know, go up against the Royal Imperial Army or something. I'm not really sure. Now, this Eclipse plan, I guess it kind of makes sense when you think about it, because I remember in Tenrojima, the Tenro Island arc, when Zeref was introduced, he knew Natsu, and he wanted Natsu to kill him. And he was, like, really sad that Natsu wasn't strong enough to kill him. However, back then, Natsu didn't even know about Zeref. So I think that Fairy Tail will definitely go back in time 400 years into the past. They said it was like 400 years. The Eclipse will open July 7th. This is probably the same month and the same day that the dragons disappeared. However, I'm not really sure if the Eclipse Gates has something to do with the dragons. I really hope it does, because I want dragons to be freaking mentioned. I want them to come back. I want to know what the hell happened to them. So I'm hoping the dragons and the Eclipse plan will connect somehow. So yeah, as I said before, it's definitely going to be Natsu going to travel back in time to see Zeref. And from what I can tell from the Tenro Island arc, it seems that they probably will fail to kill Zeref in the past. So they'll have to go back to the present and try to get stronger. I think this, and you know, when they meet the Zeref in the past, that would actually explain, like, the Zeref in the present, how he knew about Natsu. I guess that would make sense, but knowing that in the past they won't be able to kill Zeref, since Zeref in Tenro Island, he was still there and he knew about Natsu, that means that their plan is gonna fail. Or maybe they'll probably go back again and succeed. I'm not really sure, but we'll just have to see how this plays out. I mean, time travel. Although I would really laugh if while they travel back in time, they'll probably I don't know why this time travel thing. It reminds me of Doctor Who. I'm like worried that while they're in the time vortex, they might run into the TARDIS or the DeLorean or the freaking time booth, the phone booth from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures. Why the hell does this remind me of Doctor Who? So yeah, for this chapter, it was okay chapter. I'm just gonna wait to see how this this Eclipse plan plays out. As for Arcadios, I guess he's not really the new main antagonist in this arc, but I'm still a bit suspicious about him. So I'm just gonna wait and see like his like how Hiro's gonna play his character in the manga. So yeah, it was an okay chapter. Next week's chapter, maybe Fairy Tail will agree to do this, and it says a battle on two fronts. Maybe it's still, I think they still have like one more day until the final day of the Grand Magic Games. I didn't like how the true purpose of the Grand Magic Games was just to gather magic for this for the gate. I mean, Arcadios could have just hired some mages to gather some magic or something. I don't. This was an okay chapter. Fairy Tail chapter 302 was an okay chapter. I'm gonna Spiral Limit 27, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff.